Hello? Can you hear me? I'm off. How you doing, bud? Welcome in. Hi. Sorry I'm so late. This is going to be weird. Hi. What an immaculate schnoz I have. So glorious, so shiny. Oh, there you go. Oh, no. Oh! We got the natural 20 as well. Hell yeah. How we doing, everyone? Welcome in. Buttons moved weird. Apologies. How we doing? Sorry for being so late. I'll explain. I'll explain in a second. I hope we're doing well today. Please look after myself and rest if needed. That's part of the problem. I might be coming down with something. I'm not sure. Jury's out on that one. But I tried to get to sleep last night and my sinuses locked up, like completely, to the point where I just couldn't breathe out of my nose at all. And I spent a good solid like 5 hours attempting to clear them, and it wasn't happening, to the point where I eventually just kind of fell unconscious. But it was rough. It's very rough. So I woke up in a bit of a state this morning. Mouth breather. Yeah, no, true mouth breather behavior last night. Have so much progress with the pick. I know, it's coming along. It's coming along. Doesn't he look pleasant? So along those lines, I hope you'll forgive me if I rain check the rest of the Winnie the Pooh book for tomorrow for the community canvas instead. Yeah, poor form on my part, but I need to coast a little bit today. I hope everybody else is doing well. Forgiven already? Thank you. Similarly, because I'm a bit wrecked at the moment, I'm gonna reduce down to like a 3-hour stream or something to that effect. We'll see how we go, okay? I'm not gonna lock anything in. If I'm falling apart at the hour mark, I might need to call it there. If I can keep going to the 2-hour mark, we'll go to that. If I can keep going for the full 3 hours, I'll commit to that. But nothing ahead of time. No apologies. I know. It feels like I'm letting people down. When it was no. Good for Daggerheart. Good for Daggerheart. I'm like probably not up for webcam for it, but I'm down to play. There was the one positive of having your nose blocked. Like it wasn't even nose. It was like the inside of my face. People know what I'm talking about. People have had like sinus stuff before, but the inside of my face was clogged. Waking up to that no longer being clogged was one of the most like dropping to the ground and kissing the floor moments ever. Like, oh, dry land. Oh, I'll never take you for granted ever again. It's like that feeling when you haven't had a headache for ages. You haven't had a headache for like a few months, and then you get hit with one and you're like, I'm sorry. Whatever I did, I'm sorry. Your Latino guinea pig feels let down. I thought it was Latin. I'm confused. How you doing, Stewie? Another positive associated with being incredibly, incredibly uncomfortable last night was I was left a lot of time to my own thoughts. So I've come up with a pretty foolproof concept for my character in D&D moving forward, including voice, including appearance, all that jazz. Just needed something. I just needed something to think about. Speaks Latin, fair. When you start taking allergy meds, you're like, oh, this is what it feels like to be able to breathe. Yeah, because I don't have any of the I don't have any of that stuff here yet. Like I don't have like menthol rub or strepsils or like anti-inflammatories, anything like that. So, oh god, I can hear it in my voice. Sorry. It's going to be a little bit gravelly today. But I don't have anything, I don't have any cold and flu or anything here. So it's not like I could break glass in case of emergency last night, you know? If anything, it was an important life lesson. Stock up on the important stuff. Don't have menthols. But you have some meth? Oh, that'll clear me right up. I should probably invest in some. Yeah, that's the goal. It's one of those things where when you're completely empty, like when your ledger is completely empty, when you've got nothing in stock, you can't exactly buy literally everything immediately. You kind of have to prioritize one thing at a time. I just hadn't gotten to like home meds yet. How did reading go yesterday? Yeah, good. We did have to pivot from Beowulf just because I didn't realize how dense it was. And I don't mean dense as in like it's a long book. Dense, I mean every single word was, shall we say, outdated and required a glossary as reference in order to like pass exactly what the meaning of the sentence was. And it was all in like the form of poetry as well. It was just a little bit full on. Your barber was closed today. Should be back Saturday, so haircut Sunday. Hell yeah. Not the meth. Remember, don't do drugs. Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. When I go to the pharmacy next, I'll be like, I'll take my usual, hold the meth, okay? I know what I'm doing. When mail game? The 13th, so a little bit more time. Should stock up on meds for the exams. Being in a room with 100 people in close proximity in the cold weather is the easiest way to get sick, yeah. Exams, conventions, like business, like workshops, anything where you're going to be in close proximity with a lot of people for an extended period of time. Outdated, required glossary in the form of poetry. Reminds you of the Journey to the West. Can't wait for Journey to the West reading tomorrow. Yeah, well, similarly, I'd probably veto that just because I described it with Beowulf yesterday. Like, very good text to study, not a very good text to enjoy listening to. Mail game. Yeah, so we've had two pieces of mail from my friend Alex so far. One of them was his old GPU. The other one was a couple of little music boxes, one with the theme from Travis Town and the other one with Tzanikind on it from Final Fantasy X. They've been really cool so far. Little riddles associated with each of them as well. We've got a third and final one appearing in about 4 days. Request for pharmacy for it to be shaken, not stirred, of course. I've got a sense of taste. Do not fear, as the great Kaida has returned to save from the dragon. Thank you, Kai. How you doing, bud? Welcome in. You should send some mail. You have some spare moolah from working public holidays. I'll put it like this: if that money can be better spent looking after you. I really appreciate the notion, but I want you to prioritize looking after yourself. If you are like essentially, if it would bring you more joy to do something like sending me something, like I can't turn you down at that point, but make sure that you're setting yourself as your primary priority first. See, like if Stewie was better off with that single bit in his pocket, I'd be upset. Get your med spider style, aka a big scoop of soft serve ice cream. You're so freaking hungry. Oh, go grab food then. Go. You're fine money right now. Not paycheck to paycheck or anything. Like you've got a good number of savings. Okay. As I said, if it would bring you joy, go for your life. But make sure that you're doing okay first and foremost. It fell out of your pocket. Oh dear. You gotta be careful with these things, Stewie. Note to self: never eat McDonald's again, as it causes more than one nightmare per night. Whoa. You were imbued with McDonald's nightmare? The only food that you can find is for your brother's birthday tomorrow. Sorry to hear. I'm going to take off this jacket. It's too bulky. I can't move my arms. Also very warm in the house. Sorry to hear, bud. Got to be rich with the amount of money that you find on the floor at work. Over the last 6 months, opening shift, you found $14.65. Good Lord. Seems you joined in the right moment. David, don't. They'll know of our tryst. Good afternoon. No, that's meant to be design of the brown bit, but you immediately thought, ooh. You're completely fine. It's not rendered yet. I'm just putting in the physical loops. How you doing, kitty? Had like 3 nightmares last night. Not McDonald's related, but it's the only thing that you changed in your life, so it must be the cause. I mean, potentially. There's only one way to double check. You're so high, you think your cat knows he's biting your phone. Now you don't have a pillow, so you're here now. Hi, Pete. How you doing, bud? Apologies for my voice. Apologies. I don't usually get sick. I can count on one hand the amount of times I get sick in a year. Just so happens to be that it might, it's very difficult to say I might be getting sick when I sound like I'm getting strangled. It's fine. It might just be that I'm losing my voice, or like it might be an exhaustion thing rather than an actual sick. I don't know. Off topic. What Hogwarts houses are in? Are we? I don't really pay attention to the Hogwarts stuff. I believe I'd be a Ravenclaw. I think I haven't actually taken the thing though. Doing good. Just working at the moment. Well, sister's dog startles you every 10 to 15 minutes by barking at the closed door in front. Of course. This is the we spoke about it, didn't we? The new job that you picked up. The voice is fine, thank you. It's reassuring to know that it's not unlistenable. Never done the test. Probably Gryffindor, since you're nice and really strong-willed. Great at everything and humble. Would you say that you've got, like, main character potential? If you're being honest, didn't even notice until I mentioned my voice. I'm very glad then. I imagine that it's at its worst at the moment, and the more that I talk, the more that it'll like limber up, and then it won't be as nasally. Maybe, I don't know. Old has big main character energy, like Neville Longbottom kind of guy. Yeah, I could see that. Got side character who dies halfway through film potential. I mean, I'm sure that your sacrifice will spur the main characters into action. Though you'll be the call to action. Your death will be the catalyst that begins the big change. You know. And the MC kind of cares, yeah. Same job. It's been lovely. Recently got yourself a refurbished MacBook because you refused to pay retail price after the price hike. That's fair. So you can work outside the house for a change of scenery. Nice, nice. I'm also in the market for laptops at the moment because I'm trying to find something that I can stream on the go with. I'd really, 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 really like to, before the end of the year, have a set up where I can go and do like landscape paintings and stuff in person and take you guys with me. I think that would be really cool. But I also recognize that it's going to take a bit of time to put together. To recover the voice, try some water and lemonade. If that doesn't work, try homemade ginger shots. Don't buy them as they contain sugar. Do them at home with ginger, garlic, dried chili. Get your voice back in no time. People happy. Thank you, David. After this, I'll see if I've got a bit of time to quickly nip over to the shops to grab some, because I don't have like spices and stuff in the house at the moment. At the very least, I can see if the corner shop has any lozenges or something. That sounds like a really fun idea, like an IRL art stream. Yeah, exactly. That's the goal. Because I'm sharing all of my secrets, but I'm also planning on going to Japan at the start of next year in January. And I'd love to bring you guys along. I think that would be heckin' cool. I wouldn't be streaming like on the street, but the goal would be like every time I return back to the hotel, I'd do like a little bit of an art stream, maybe like a 2-hour stream or something. Just talk about what I saw, show some pictures, maybe do some studies based on some of the pictures that I took, that sort of thing. The IRL art stream, do I want to do digital art or paint on physical canvas? Here's the thing, for the IRL ones here, it would be easier for me to use physical medium out in like landscapey areas, but visiting Japan, I'm probably not going to be going into like country, and then even if I were to, I'm not sure if I'd be able to get a strong enough signal to stream from. So yeah, so Japan would probably be digital. But if I do like road trips here, and do some landscapes, I'd want to do physical, I think, traditional mediums. Lemon and honey tea helps as well. I think I've got I might have a ginger tea. I'll go rifling through in a second. It'll be a good excuse to set up the kettle. Like one of the 7 who gets killed by Ghostface, and the characters pretend to care that you died. But come on, you can see their eyes, they don't. else if I was one of the characters in a movie and I read in a newspaper that you had tragically passed by being stabbed by some sort of miscreant in some sort of outfit with like a ghost face mask or something, I would be devastated for real. Hey Caleb, how you doing, bud? Welcome in. Could you get a French vanilla? Of course. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Actually, with it being as hot as it is at the moment, wouldn't you want to get like an iced coffee or something? If you were in a movie, you'd be one of the first to go. No, not if I am first. Your new favorite reaction meme is now Johnny Bravo saying, "I'm sickened, but curious." Incredible. Good, thanks. How goes it? Yeah, good. I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm a little bit under the weather at the moment. It took me, I didn't get to sleep until about 6 a.m. this morning because it was about 5 solid hours of me trying to clear sinuses. So I'm a little bit insane. Like the being a little bit under the weather thing, not a problem. It's the trying to get to sleep for 5 hours consecutively like that. That's the thing that really wrecks your mental. That's horrible. I'm used to it. It's not so bad. I'll get over it. Who isn't insane in this economy? I know, right? Straight into the microphone. Sorry for that. Is there any ginger at the bottom of the pit? Mahali needs it. Oh, on a 15. Hell yeah. Harvest, quick, harvest. Not me clearing my throat at the same time. Twins. Yeah, Kai and I we're twins. We clear our throats at the same time. Classic twin-like behavior. I'll need to go through and pop the line work draft above in a second, because I'll need to go through and render the necklace, which is not currently possible given that it's underneath everything else. It's underneath everything else, but once we get through the jacket textures, then I'll chuck it on top and then do an overpass. The Goblin King is possessed by Harley's voice. Yeah, don't even get me started. How you doing, Kay? How's your day been? Oop, wrong layer. As all of those sitcoms back in the day that are like, oh, I've gotten a cold and now my voice sounds all husky. I don't want my cold to leave. It's so good. Cuts to me like making like strangled duck noises. Was it already explained why he has one eye? No, he doesn't have a single eye. It's just it's the classic like just emphasis on the one. He has both. Yeah, it's just in this particular portrait, it's just like a pshing, kind of calling attention to the one. Should do the earring at some point as well. Let's quickly do that. Posture check. Fair. Gotta stop in back pains. No, you're keeping me accountable, and I appreciate it. Apologies, by the way, to anyone and everyone who voted for Beowulf for yesterday. I explained it before, but I'll say it again. I did a poor job of looking into how it was written. And the way that it is written is not very listenable. It's the type of text where you'd sit down and have like reference sheets next to you, and you'd slowly work your way through it and try and deconstruct the meaning, which is fun, don't get me wrong, but just not very listenable. So it was my fault for offering it as an option to begin with. It was my bad. Once you get a laptop, you're 100% gonna try digital art. Nice, 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 nice. Is there a particular style that you want to emulate? Am I a morning wake up Bev guy? Technically, yes. I've taken to drinking Up and Go in the morning because I'm somebody who always skipped breakfasts because they were just inconvenient. But with Up and Go, not sponsored. But with Up and Go, it just means like reaching over to the fridge, grabbing something, and immediately being able to go off and do whatever I need to. It gets rid of the excuse of not having something. The excuse for not having something, yeah. Not sure yet, but you want to try it? You've been inspired. Nice. What kind of genre? Like, would you want to lean into fantasy like I do? Or like a sci-fi? Something a little bit more like character focused? You'd love to draw fantasy? Nice. Yes! Tricked into joining my faction. Been really into it lately? Hell yeah. Me too. I've been on a fantasy kick for about 20 years now. You have no idea where Katie came from? She's always hiding in the walls, what can I say? Ready to strike. Would there be factions in the Tavern realm? I think so. I'd imagine that there would be. What kind of faction would you want to either be a part of or represent yourself? Okay. Get advertised? Break. I'll set up something proper, Billy, maybe over the weekend. I'll see if I've got time. That way you don't have to do it of your own accord. Join the Optimism Prime faction. Fight Mossling Autobots. Do our best to defend the Tavern. I will say, just as a soft world building rule, no sci-fi elements. Up and Go presents its Somalia. Yeah. I see that you clicked on the link, Stewie. You enjoy the segue? Anyway. Guess what? What's up? Hi, Digi. The other day you walked through some business. Some bushes that had prickles, so now you have scrapes from your knee to an inch or two above your ankle. Ooh. You made it sound like it was going to be good news. Like, guess what, guys? Guess what? Guess what? I lost both my arms. What? Bless the tavern. Thank you. Thank you, Stu. I appreciate you, bud. Stewie's playing the role of Foley tonight. Didn't know about it until today. Oh, speaking of... I really shouldn't hold my breath while I'm sick. Probably not a good idea, actually, on second thought. Just pretend that I'm still holding my breath. Can breathe properly through my nose underwater. Is that how it works? So because I can't breathe through my nose normally, if I'm underwater, I gain that ability. Yeah, it makes sense to me. The logic tracks. What illness has befallen me? I'm not sure. Probably just a cold. I think it's just a cold. But it meant that I got really, really, really poor sleep last night. So it's not the illness itself that's knocking me for a loop. It's the effect that it's had on me. Cure disease. By Jove, you've just gone and done it. Already knew that I had gills in it. I felt like I did a pretty good job of hiding my gills. Nothing to do with grinding to masterable rank, though. I'm not in master rank. Master bank? Master rank. All. Master ball. Oh, good lord. I'm not there yet, but I have made some alterations to my team that make it a lot better. Like I have a fighting chance against rain teams now. What's a spell on Marley that gets rid of the sickness? A curse to counter the other curse. Why didn't I think of this? Neither. Yeah, Master Chef. I've gotten to Master Chef rank. But what I did was I replaced the I replaced the mermaid dolphin with I replaced both the mermaid dolphin as well as the hydreigon with because I can only think of Piplup, and it's not Piplup, it's completely not. I've replaced them with Tsarina and Raichu. So I'm running double Mega at the moment. Mega Raichu Y dumpsters everything on a rain theme except for a Mega Swampert, hence the Tsarina, because the Tsarina with Choice Scarf on it, one shot every time. Trop kick, boom, kick to the Swampert's face, instantly destroyed. Ugh, tasty. Put grass not on yours. Good. Favorite Pokemon? Well, that's an easy one. I'll just need to think about it. Shedinja. Shedinja's my favorite. It has like a super unique ability. The design is heckin' cool. But it's also really like simple in its execution. Like it's not an overly designed Pokemon. It's like a really clean, simple, effective design. And then counter to that entirely, my second favorite Pokemon is Mimikyu, who's an incredibly overly designed Pokemon, but I love it all the same. And getting through in that 1v1. I actually like the meta as it is at the moment. I feel like there are a lot of methods of counterplay now. Now that the stable of Pokemon has opened up quite substantially. It means that whenever I do run into a conundrum in team building, I've got options. It's not like, oh, it's because I don't have Garchomp on my team. If I don't have Garchomp on my team, I automatically lose all of X, Y, and Z matchups. X and Y is a great generation. It's fine. I never liked the shift to 3D. I think a lot of the charm of Pokemon kind of got destroyed in the process. Yeah. So I'm always going to have a gripe with it. Garchomp can suck it. It was the best handled 3D game you ever had, in your opinion? That's probably fair. That's probably, apart from like Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, I think they did a better job with ORAS compared to X and Y. You were playing Dishonored? Holds up too well. Miz played through. I am on the wrong layer by a landslide. Miz played through Dishonored 1 and 2 recently, and he had a really good time with it. I tried to play through. Enjoy your luck, Billy. I tried to play through Dishonored 1 with the whole like never get caught, never kill anyone, hide all your evidence, blah, 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 that run. I got burnt out so quickly. The problem is those levels are so long. Like if you get caught 45 minutes into a level and have to do it over again, it's just so soul destroying, you know? It's an easy top 5 for you. Clean hands. Yeah, clean hands and ghost, yeah. Yep. Lurk, follow Billy, tries to steal his juggler. Good luck in your endeavor. How's everyone? You doing good? Glad to hear. Glad to hear, Nevin. I hope your week's been good. I'm doing okay, all things considered. Like, I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but like in a macro sense, I'm doing very well. It's been okay. Yeah, fair. What if I grab some of these purple greys and bring them into the chin? Like so. Yes, I think that has done it. Apologies for my voice, by the way. It's a little bit gravelly at the moment. But I don't anticipate that will stick around. I think it's just a cold. Like, I think it should clear within the next day or so. It shouldn't stick around too much. Might forgo cleaning hands and just go for ghost. That's fair. As I said, going after both simultaneously burnt me out something fierce. So if you were to say like, probably not for me, you have my blessing. You got something to say? Yeah, go for it. Stabbing people takes a lot less time. Stabbing people takes a lot less time. There's a degree of satisfaction to it. I completely get it. There's a degree of like, oh, I'm heckin' cool. Look at me go. Crimes. Chicken butt. How dare. In my own home. crimes. Speaking of crimes. I feel how you doing, bud? Got me. Is that a thing to be got? Is being chicken buttered a thing? That works out. Let's bring the chin line around like this. It very much is. Yeah, okay. Consider me got then. Hey, Dawnfields. How's your day been? You're tired? Yeah, me too. Me too. Sorry to hear it, bud. It's burning you out a little, despite how incredible the game is. It's not a fault with the game, you'd say. It's just very tedious. I think you're better off, as you've said, going for Ghost, doing Ghost, then replaying the game, going for Clean Hands, completing Clean Hands. Yes, it's more efficient to do both simultaneously, but you're not going to enjoy it. You will enjoy a second playthrough, you will. But grinding every level to big, like 2-hour monolithic experiences will sap all of the joy out of it. It's something I should do. I should break it down into 2 parts. Sitting in your grandpa's chair. His old man used to spin, so he tried to spin on it. Can't spin on this one. Oh, that's rough. Hi, Clyde. How you going? Hi, Laz. Welcome in. A declaration of war. Owe it to yourself to complete a playthrough. It's a certified hood classic. Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's everything that I could ever want out of a game. It's mechanically very fun. The world building is masterful. The aesthetic is very me. If anything, it would really help with the campaign that I'm running at the moment because it has a lot of similarities with the tones. Very much so like this place is a bit corrupt. There are like evils that need to be rooted out, that kind of thing. Favorite OP character? Maybe Mashal from the titular series Mashal. I think probably not. There's probably a better answer rolling around in my head somewhere. The Painterly style is just so good. Feels like Disco Elysium. Yeah. You want to work on your art fair drawing, but you're stuck on what colors to use. You're so bad at color. Need to practice that more. Without revealing anything, here, I'll quickly give you a crash course. Generally speaking, if you want to go as basic as possible with your color work, you pick 3 colors, okay? You pick your main color. So for example, if it's a very foresty scene, maybe you go with green. You don't need to. It could be a brown forest. It could be an orange forest. It could be whatever you want. But for argument's sake, let's say that it's a green forest, right? If this is your main color, you then pick something on the opposite end of the color wheel. Okay, so you've got your color wheel. Let's bring up a visual for a color wheel. Actually, that would be good. Color wheel. Image, open in new window. Perfect. Okay, so we've got ourselves a color wheel. So we've picked green, yeah? Depending on the type of green that you go with, you go into the opposite end of the color wheel and you go, okay, let's go for like a pink or a red or an orange, depending on what kind of green that you've picked. So got green, we'll pick the opposite. So we'll go to like a pinky purple. That's our second color. Then we identify a third color. Oftentimes it's recommended that you go for another like opposite spot of the color wheel. So for example, green, pink, and then maybe like an orange. If you have a look, I've been very cheeky. That's what I've done. I've started with green, I've added purple, and I've included orange as like the feature color, right? So let's say that we've gone through that color choosing process. So we've ended up with our 3 colors. You'll want to identify what your primary color is. So in this particular case, green. Green is our primary color. We can bump the vibrancy of green through the roof. So really vibrant green, cool. Our secondary color, which is our purple, it's the one on the opposite side of the color wheel from our primary color. We want to desaturate that. We want to bring the vibrancy of it down just so that they're not so violently clashing. You could have it where they're violently clashing, and that's where you end up with poppier images that like are very graphic and like boom, color, bang, bang, bang. That's not what I do. So you bring the vibrancy of the second color down. And then our feature color, you can have any degree of vibrancy. It doesn't really matter for the last one. And then you break it down into percentages. So 60% of the canvas you want as your primary color. So if you look at my canvas, about 60% of the subject, so 60% of the character being depicted is green. You then want to dedicate 30% to your secondary color. So that's where you're seeing it in the lips. That's where you're seeing it in the secondary light source. That's where you're seeing it in the jacket. 30%. If you're decent at maths, 30 plus 60, 90%. We've still got 10% left over. Ha. 10% is our tertiary color. This is our like feature color. Look at this. Look at this part. Hey, everybody, look at this part. It's the jewel in the crown. Like the crown is big, the jewel is small, but everybody looks at the jewel immediately, right? That's where we've got our 10%, like little bits of orange as like the pow, the trim. Yeah, that's how I approach color theory. If I want like a relatively safe, well-balanced picture, I pick a primary color, a secondary color that's opposite on the color wheel, a tertiary color that's in like a different location on the wheel. And then I break them down into 60%, 30%, and 10% as the feature. And it does me okay. I end up with pictures that look like things. There you go. Boom. Quick little crash course in color theory. That's not everything, but it's like it's an intro. It's the basics. You got a bunch of new art supplies today? Nice. Gonna try to paint and or draw more? Nice. Hell yeah. You mean One Piece, favorite straw hat? Ah, right, favorite straw hat? Let me think about it. It's probably Sanji. I'd have to say Sanji. Want to use Procreate? Since you have a student card yet, you can't even download it. It's $8. Oof. Esoteric? What's esoteric? Pit King is much more rotund than you'd imagined. He's a big guy. But it's different interpretations, right? This is my interpretation of him. Yours could be different. It's completely fine. Posted some tests in the Discord. Really happy with how they turned out. Given you haven't used mediums in years. Nice. I'll give them a look when I take my next break. Which will be very soon, actually. Please give your luck in your horror game experience. 14's not bad. How far in advance am I thinking about this at a specific level? When and where to use color? Do I still think about this or in an unconscious process at this time? The first thing that I think about is composition. So I'm thinking about where I want it to be in the like where I want my subject to be in the canvas, if I want it to be front on, if I want it to be a 3/4 angle, if I want it to be tilted up, and if so, like what would my lighting look like, that sort of thing. I'm thinking about it as almost like posing a subject. So I've got somebody in a chair sitting in front of me, and I'm posing them to see what I want. And then based off of that pose, I start thinking in lighting. And then after lighting, that's when I start shifting over to material. And then after material, I think about color, to be honest, is my process. I'm trying to flip it. So I start thinking about color earlier on. It's just not happening though. I have to start rendering the material before I can start thinking in color. But I do generally plot out like my color choices. It's just like how I render the color comes later on. Thank you so much. That did help. Now to just figure out what colors to use, of course. My Ask Suggestions in Art Fair Chat. Yeah. I'm not privy to Art Fair Chat. I can't see it. Like I literally can't see Art Fair Chat. So if you want to ask people about like, oh, how would you do this? Like, what should I do here? You absolutely can. It won't be spoiled. To give Sanji fan vibes. apparently the pictures that look like things. Hi Pat, how you doing, bud? Just noticed your message. Was only posted a couple of minutes ago. That would be why. Apparently the Sanji fan community is like mostly women. I don't understand why. I don't get it, but whatever. You'd like to see more Pit King portraits? I'd like to do more Pit King portrait. We need to finish the first one though. Finish the first one and then, yeah. But if anybody else wants to do a portrait of the Pit King, by all means. Didn't want to get full paint set because those are expensive. The tubes weren't that big, so you just got 5 colors that look good together, plus black and white. That way you can practice how to paint with your hand without worrying about it looking bad. Yeah, good. That way it's not like a massive commitment right off the bat. He can cook. Sanji can cook. Well, yeah, I guess. Let him cook. Are you allowed? Even you? Yeah, but did you? Of anyone, you have already, but you can do another. You can do as many as you like. Within reason, right? Don't sacrifice your own like project time. If you've got stuff that you want to be doing, like I insist that you prioritize the things that you want to be working on. Got used to your glasses quickly that you felt weird when taking them off. Once only had them on, only had them for a few months. Your Twitch is not cooperating. That's why you're here. Ah, there. Welcome in. That's the point of having the secondary streaming platform. Is if for whatever reason, if Twitch isn't letting you see stream, you've got an alternate option. Not for anything nefarious, of course. 100 Pit King portraits, 100 years. Well, if you insist, I guess I have to oblige. I just love working with materials. Any opportunity to render a material, and I'm there for it. Which is odd, because it very much so used to be the opposite, where I would dread having to do like the nitty gritty of how a material property looked. Wood was always a struggle. Metal was always a struggle. We're coming around to it. Finally, my final form has been assembled. Teeny tiny little nose. So I'm a materialist. Yeah, I guess that's exactly what I would say, yeah. Fundamentally, that's me. Somehow better at color 2 years ago. Now that you went away, you got better at anatomy, probably because you stopped using color for a whole year. There'd be a degree of that, yeah. But more than anything, I would say something that I've noticed particularly. Hi, Gus, how you doing? Welcome in, bud. Something that I've noticed in particular is that anytime I try to improve at something, I get worse for a bit. So if I try to get better at color, I'm going to be worse for a little while as I'm trying things. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, how do I want to blah, 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 blah. Because, you know, I'm not going to nail it the first time that I try to improve. And it can be quite, disheartening to see that your trajectory is going downwards, you know? So that I'm not feeling good. I'm all good. Thank you. I appreciate it, bud. Normal nose emojis. It's so small. It's so small. Obliterate. Did you with your mind with an 11? And did you save it on 11? But yeah, it can be really disheartening to try and improve, and you immediately feel like you're getting worse. But hold on to that process, right? Don't give up immediately. Don't refer back to what you were doing previous. No, don't refer back to what you were doing previously. Commit to it. Keep pushing within reason, right? If you're destroying your mental in the process, like if you destroy your love of art in the process, like calm down, you know, step back a couple of steps and go at it again later. But understand that it's part of the process. You will be worse. You will be worse for a little bit. It's like this. It's the classic. A lot of people describe the progress chart as looking like this, right? Where you have plateaus and you have spikes. It's closer to this, where you plateau, you dip, then you spike, and then your new plateau is up here. Then you plateau, you dip, then you spike. This is what progress looks like. So say I'm doing my stick figures, I'm having a great time, and then I try and add like color to my stick figures, and it's just clown business. It's absolute clown business. No rhyme or reason to what colors that I'm adding. They look horrendous. Like, what do we do? It's actually looking pretty good. Oh my god. Fashion icon. But I'm trying to add color to my stick figures and they're all over the place. There's no sense of like reason as to what I'm doing, anything, whatever. Then I have a eureka moment as part of this process and I decide, actually, you know what? I want my stick figure heads to be pink, the hands and feet to be pink, and then the body to be green. I'm like, oh, that all of a sudden has far more cohesiveness. This actually looks better, actually, but regardless, you have like a little eureka moment. Your understanding of that particular element spikes, you improve, and then you're now functioning at a higher level than went back before you even tried. Yes, you dipped for a bit, but it was worth it for the spike. Google Doodle looking stick figure. I know. He'll take a 12. Hell yeah. You'll remember him fondishly. Ooh. Feel like that's good practice though. Helps you master brush control maybe. Yeah. Speaking of control, I need to control myself and take my break. It's been an hour. I recommend that if you've been sat for the past hour, you do the same. Get up, move around, grab a drink. I'm gonna be doing my stretches, running 3 minutes of ads in the meantime, so we don't have to deal with ads for the next hour or so. I'll see you soon. Be happy. You approve of what? My behavior? My behavior on my breaks? We know what my behavior is on breaks, actually. No, we depicted it yesterday, didn't we? Law accurate. I lie about taking breaks on my breaks. Speaking of, Laz, I really like the test that you did. Really cool. Enjoy your break, Caleb. You'll enjoy your lurk. Whatever. Brain. It'll catch up eventually. How you doing, by the way, Noel? I can do better than that. How you doing, by the way? I give up. Stupid voice. Accessories. Hope to do more soon. If you need any help with any of it, let me know. I'm not that familiar with, I haven't been that familiar with like IRL paints for a little while, so my advice might be out of date, but still, any help that I can provide. Doing well. Currently waiting for your nail polish to dry. Yeah, you did say. You did say. Like to see a gaunt Pit King? Spindly and cruel? Oh, I mean, that could add to the the politics of the pit a little bit. This idea that there is a like a conniving shadow looking to claim power. Yeah, like a Scar type character. Yeah, that could be kind of cool. The crooked advice. Yeah, the crooked advice literally could be, yeah. Heading out in just under 2 hours. Decided to redo your nails first. Fair. Hi, Fire. How you doing? Hi, Fire. How you doing? Sorry, I hate my voice at the best of times. I hate my voice at the best of times. How you doing, bud? How you been? Don't. Thank you. Advisor of the Pit King. Who is he? I like the idea of it either being a, as Cal said, like a brother or... Why am I streaming? Am I sick? I'm not particularly sick. Like, it's just a cold or something. It's just, I slept really poorly last night because of it. And that's hit me like a truck. So if anything, it's an energy thing. It's not like I probably don't have the flu or anything like that. It's just tired. Using acrylic because you're not trying to make something high effort like with oils. Just want to pass the time creatively by slapping paint on pad. That's fair. That's fair. Oil is very much so high commitment. Not even because of the material itself. It's the cleanup afterwards. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Yeah, something like that. I'm doing okay though, Fire. Thank you. I'm doing okay. Marley a little sick. Might be little streams and yeah, much better. Found a sausage. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Oh, very good. Oh, speaking of very good, thank you. Thank you, Stewie. Stewie, admit it. Is it the sound? Is it the sound that it makes when the bit gets gifted? Is that is that what it's quite, I mean, if I can say so myself, it's a very satisfying sound. You have a hole in your pocket? You do. You love triangles? Ah, that's fair. That's fair enough of a reason. Please don't push myself. Make sure I drink plenty of water. Ginger tea if I have it, and cough drops. Sorry I didn't rest well. It's okay. It wasn't like it wasn't anything in particular. It was just sinuses being blocked. Like I lay down and then they blocked immediately. It's like, oh sweet, okay, I can't breathe out of my nose. That's good. And then I read up on like things that you could do without, you know, meds. And it was like elevate your head. So I tried that for an hour or so. Like had an extra pillow up behind me and had myself at a 45-degree angle. That did nothing apart from make me feel stupid. Then add to that, like I tried just walking around upright, like completely vertical to see if that helps to drain. No, nothing. Literally nothing under the sun. Ugh. Is the corrupt advisor a goblin? A foblin? I feel as though I like the idea of it being a goblin as well, because then you almost have like almost like a what if character, like a what if the Goblin King wasn't like a decent guy type deal, you know? It's a good sound indeed. Hell yeah. Ooh, what would you like, Noel? Can we do the Mahali drawing the previous 5-minute scribble? Sure. Which, do you want it to be a particular 5-minute scribble? Do you want it to be this one? You'll be able to follow your trail back home. Literally breadcrumbs. Sometimes boiling some water and breathing in the steam can help with sinus stuff. Just taking a really hot shower. Same with a hot washcloth over your sinuses. I tried the hot... That's why my hair's wet. Because I tried a hot shower before stream. That kind of helped a little bit. I'll try the hot washcloth over the sinuses. That could work. Like the storytelling of him being gaunt and spindly while the king is very fat. Like he doesn't feed him. Yes! Either the king doesn't feed him or he refuses to eat anything that the king offers him out of spite. Oh, it's so... I love a spiteful character. Crossing your fingers and toes for me. I appreciate it, bud. I appreciate it. Yeah, that one. Hell yeah, okay. 5 minutes on the clock. Fresh canvas. I'm going to do something interesting, actually. I'm so sorry, Noah. I'm not going to depict the image that I'm drawing, but I will depict me drawing it, okay? I've got something in mind. Start with a dark canvas, darker still. There we go. New layer. We have a starting color. I think you accidentally tied a suit tie while attaching a scarf to your crochet character. I mean, it's a good look. Never made any stipulations. I had to be seeing the drawing in the drawing, just so you could see me drawing. Of course. Point tax for using the result of your prompt as inspiration. At least 3 coins. Okay. 5 minutes on the clock. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Hi Phil, how you doing, bud? Welcome in. I got time. Happy Thursday. Thank you, bud. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. 10 seconds. There we go. This was me doing the previous one. Oh, no beard. Oh yeah, you're right. Heck. Sorry, 2 seconds. That's my bad. We need it for accuracy's sake. There we go. A little bit better. There's item coming for me. You didn't have to. Thank you. I look forward to finding out what it is. Ooh. Signature down the bottom. Into the Discord it goes. But boom. I hope you like it, Noel. Love it. Glad to hear. Streamer having too much fun with the scribbles always. Jade is about to have an absolutely crazy night. Just cracking out the label marker. Ooh! Like organization. Are you cracking into organization? Going hard into the, like, everything going into their correct spots, blah, 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 whatever. That's going to be pretty cool. How you doing, by the way, Jade? Jade and Phil, welcome in. Want to draw a castle, but you don't know where to start. I would start Kai with I would start with looking up reference images of castles. Decide on what kind of castle you want. So do you want a medieval, like, English style castle? Do you want a French style castle? Do you want a Russian style castle? Do you want a Chinese style castle? Once you've sort of decided on what kind of inspiration you want to go with, start refining from there. If you want to go one-to-one, like exactly that kind of thing, then you use the references and you come up with the design. If you want something sort of inspired by, but its own thing entirely, that's when I'd start workshopping, like, okay, what can I do with some of the shapes so like if I start with a Japanese style castle, can I like extend the roof tiles out even further to make these like big sweeping jutting shapes? And so start playing with what you want to do with the shapes. And then once you've decided on that, you'd start drafting out like, okay, so I want it to be a castle on a hill like this. I want it to take up this kind of real estate. And then once I've decided on that, okay, what kind of features do I want? Do I want a tower at the top? Okay, let's add a little tower up the top. And then maybe there are like larger like fortifications around the castle. So maybe I have like a big wall around. You start breaking it down into pieces once you've decided on exactly what you want to do with it. Definitely English medieval. Perfect then. Perfect. Cloud appeared too while I was drawing. No, Cloud's been here for a little while. Well, hello, Cloud as well, but like, I said hello. Hand on heart, I swears. When making a castle, a good foundation on anything, but swamp is good. True, swamp or like sand. Sand is also a terrible foundation for it. I'm listing everything that you want to draw. I would start with research. Get an understanding of exactly what you want. So if you've decided like I want a wall, I want a tower, I want thing, you then plan it out. Like, okay, if the tower is here, maybe look for other castle designs for inspiration. Like, okay, generally speaking with medieval castles, they put like one tower like that. So maybe I'll do something like that. Or, for example, you might go, oh, well, I want to do the castle sort of design from Sword and Stone, where you've got the castle or whatever, you've got the castle, and then you have one rickety tower that's like falling apart, sticking out the side. Like you could totally do that too. The first thing to do, research. It's boring, but it heckin' helps. You've been distracted by cat, you're completely fine. Would you like me to remind you to do prep stuff, or are you on top of it? I mean, you said last time that because we hadn't really done much, you didn't really need to do that much prep this time, right? So you're probably fine. That helped. Thank you, of course. Let me know if you need help with anything else. When making a castle, you personally start trying to place some bricks on the newly bought land. But you can't just randomly place bricks, like, right? You've got to have a design kind of in mind. Poopy Butt Castle, just fix the tower. Hi Diz, how you doing, bud? Welcome in. Just hate prep in general. I've written, having set up A, that's it. That's your summary of last session. I would set out bullet points for what you want to have prepped. So break it into smaller pieces instead of just prep, you know. Set it up into like, I want 3 NPCs, or I want this combat available, or I want whatever, like have these dot points, and then just go through and do the dot points. So instead of doing prep as a whole, just do the pieces. You're okay, just doing some chores around the house. Nice, nice, nice. Do appreciate a bit of productivity around here. Step 1, delegate prep to someone else. End of process. I see a managerial position. Castles in the UK, generational built over time, often base over Iron Age mounds for initial tower, then inner outer walls built over time. Usually several hundred years. Yeah. Very much so. You can sort of track the life cycle of a castle. It's almost like sedimentary deposits, where it's like, okay, well, we've got we see here that there is a dinosaur that is buried at this part of the castle. Therefore, this part of the castle is 900 million years old, or whatever it happens to be. Worth every penny, Stewie? You going to the bank to make a sedimentary deposit? 1 soft clay layer, please. I've got about 100,000 years worth of rainfall. Will that do? You live in an old mill house. Ooh, like actually for real? I have to be careful. There are some memers in chat. Yourself included. Your fat fingers? Take your time, you're fine. You live in a large hole that you dug. You're like 60% done making the roof. Just hope to get done before the winter chills begin and the wolves come. I mean, yeah. I just dig a hole in the ground every night to hide from the zombies, As soon as the sun rises, they all go up in a blaze, so I don't really have to worry about them after that. Really need to deal with that zombie infestation down there. It's a big issue. Albo should really do something, yeah. Dear, dear. I live in an old mill house built in 1940. It's been built on multiple times. Didn't have a bathroom, second bedroom or porch. Was just told that your plumbing looks like a crackhead piped up your house. And your house is wired up so weird that the light for the back porch is not by the back door, but by the laundry, which is through the kitchen and dining. Oh, of course. Of course, of course. Yeah, Noctua, can you be more careful when you're ill? You've immediately passed it on to me. Yeah, I've got good company. How you doing, bud? Sharing is caring in both sickness and in health. True. It's actually what happens when you collaborate with other artists. They you have to go to like an official, and that official goes like, "Oh, will you collaborate in both sickness and in health?" And then we both go, "I do," and then you are now legally work partners. And then attached to it the hit moving forward. Sympathy honors, yeah, something like that. Marley married to chat confirmed. Never in question. You wanted company? Dragged into the pit. All right. I'll hang out for a bit. You do not grammatically correct. What a terrible work partnership relationship. You're fine. Your problem is that your immune system is so good that you don't get sick, but you bring sickness home. Right. You're subject zero. I see. No, the pause was me thinking, but an efficient saying, do you know? Cracks me up. Yeah, it's not a secret. We all know why we're here. Do you do the thing? Are you gonna, whatever? That's very funny. That's very funny. In all seriousness, no. Though, Noctua, I hope you're doing better, bud. Never going to get a sense of it until I... How much damage? Oh, that does a lot of damage. Oh, his poor face. His poor face. Okay, let's put that back. There we go. Fixed. Doing okay, despite coughing being somewhat painful right now. that you're able to draw a bit, drew an art fight attack for a player of your D&D group for your character all being sick together. Oh, of course. Wait, have you all gone crook? Have you all ooh ah ah ah? Because of course you have, because you literally all caught up at D&D. Just now imagining a one shot where instead of health potions, everyone just has NyQuil and Dayquil. Oh, don't mind if I do. Still fighting the end of a cold when you played Sunday, so you think you got it from them? That would do it. That would do it. Thank you, Stewie. Worth it for D&D though. Of course, always worth it for D&D. You might need a nap. Can feel yourself crashing already. It's not even 6 p.m. Need a second wind. Yeah, go for it. I've heard that hour and a half long naps are like the best. Gives you an opportunity to like truly recuperate. But if you want something shorter, you can go for like a 20-minute nap. Was I going to send a drawing as a message? You did this to me. Do it. Which is heavier? A kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers? It's a kilogram of steel. I don't get it. Would I have the patience of listening to your argument that a kilogram of feathers is heavier? Yeah, go for it. They're the same weight. Yeah, that's the joke. It's from a Scottish comedian named Limmy. He's a very, very, very funny man. Yeah. Got to carry the weight of what you did to these birds. True. The moral weight. Tons. Literal tons. Scottish chameleon. Limmy. Yeah. Ooh. Not that I don't trust you, Entropy. But generally speaking, if you want to send through a link, I prefer that you do it through the Discord, just because I don't want live links in the chat. Thank you, bud. I appreciate you. So this is a diagram of force that pushes and pulls on the scale. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm keen. Send it through. Checked, it is a diagram. Oh no, for sure. It's just as I said, I trust Entropy. It's just it's less the you know what I mean. I can't, my brain. It's not the individual instance of it, it's the precedent. You're gonna try and sleep? Have a good stream. Thank you, Kai. Look after yourself, bud. Sleep well. Don't get sick. You're heading off to the movies. Have a good one. Oh, but quickly before you go, what are you going to go watch? But enjoy yourself. Have fun. Hope you have a good time. The dragon has been slayed. It won't do any harm. Until next time. Thank goodness. I appreciate you, bud. It's impossible to link it. On the Office PC, can't get Discord to work. All good, all good. In this particular instance, I'll open the link. Just like in general, I like to establish the general rule. Buoyancy force. Fair. So what you're saying is, regardless of the outcome on the scale, even if the scale says that they're both equal, you've had to put more than a kilogram of feathers onto the scale in order for it to read as a kilogram. Is that what you're telling me? That's a good argument, actually. Yeah, no, it is. Force of buoyancy is equal to mass of dislocated fluid times the gravitational acceleration. But I thought that buoyancy applies to things that you're in. Yeah, where it would, like, air is technically a fluid, right? So it's buoyancy within... Yeah, okay. No, I can see it. That's why helium balloons float. Yeah. Yep. It is a fluid. Hot balloons fly because they flatten the air just like a raft floats in water. Yep. Yep. That's not really weight. As you said, but in mass. Yeah. I do like the idea of you bringing that to the table. You're asked this very innocent question where it's like, Tihi, did you know that a kilogram of feathers is the same as a kilogram of steel? And you're like, actually, did you know this? I really wanted to look at my nose. So now for the funny story. Yeah, okay, hit me with it. I suppose it does only work, though, if you are measuring using a scale. I don't think that's part of the premise, is it, necessarily? Sorry, that's me being pedantic now. But I don't think it's necessarily part of the premise that it's being measured on a scale. I think it was just like the concept of a kilogram of feathers versus the concept of a kilogram of lead or steel or whatever it is. Actually, yeah. Had to take your physical tests to renew your driver's license. Oh, here we go. Now that the context has been established, yep. Office to office, ophthalmologist. Yeah, fair. Actually, 1 kilogram of chat is heavier than any other kilogram. Feels dank, man. We do have quite a bit of buoyancy. Especially if we've drunk fizzy lifting drink, you know. Just be careful not to touch the top of Willy Wonka's walls. He gets really irate. You stole fizzy lifting drink. And the lady looks at you and asks if you have had mental problems or... had mental problems or were ever committed. You said no. So what was the last measure for her, you guess? Oh no. She asked which is heavier. Oh no. No. And you're like, actually. And all of her senses went off. Like ding, 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 ding. That's very funny. That's very, very, very funny. And you were like, damn, I really wish I could go through. Yeah, I know. The knee-jerk reaction internally is like, oh, yes. This is my moment. How else are we supposed to survive when the tavern floods? Tavern floods! Trigger word! But you did the one thing against your very engineer being and said that they're the same. Yeah. No, good job. Good job for the self-control. Kilogram of something doesn't weigh 1 kilogram. It weighs 0.0012 grams less for every centimeter cubed. Yeah, for sure. But like the world functions off of like generalized understanding. There are a whole bunch of nuances to anything and everything. Like for example, if you were to say this, this grocery costs $3. If you were to sit there going like, actually it costs $3.14 because of, the surcharge and it's like, yeah, you are technically correct, but society doesn't work like that. We all work on like generalized understandings. There are always going to be minutiae. Because if you tell her this, you probably don't have a driver's license anymore. Your ID would be flagged somewhere. Yeah. Ooh, rough. Good job for sticking through. Just wanted the specific number. Yeah, fair. I I'll keep it vague. I have a relative who doesn't like on the filter of like understanding that the world works on like the non-nuance side of things. And it becomes quite tough to have conversations with them because they break every single thing down into every single bit of nuance, and it grinds communication to a halt. Makes it really difficult. You weren't gone for very long. Welcome back, Kai. Hi, Fox. How you doing? I think I will go to the 2-hour mark and then Mahali needs a nap, I think. Doing good. I'm glad to hear. Had a collab today. Hey, awesome. That's fun. Was it your first collab? Had to draw on phone. It is hard to draw on phone. I've tried it before. It's not a pleasant experience. You can get styluses for your phone though. That makes the process a lot easier. Think you'll get like a laptop or iPad. Good. Decidedly not your first collab. Was a 25-hour stream. Fox, go to sleep. Go. What are you doing? Sorry, not to yell at you, but like sleep. Catch some Z's, please, 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 please. We can catch up later. Fox, look after yourself, please. No, that was your first. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, I panicked. But you rocked up and you're like, I haven't slept for 25 hours. Hi, Mahali. Your husband can get restuck on the tree aspect of your conversation. You have to constantly remind him that you're functioning off of forest. Yeah. Yep. It's not too bad if you can sort of jog the other person, but I've interacted with people that they, shall we say, will die on every single hill, and those are almost impossible to have conversations. They're very, 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 very difficult to pass. I like my hill. I good on them as well. Like, this is not me saying that like my way of seeing the world is superior. It's just, it's difficult for me to interact with people like that. It's 1 a.m. for you. You should head to sleep, Kai. You should head to sleep if you can. You didn't find food, but you did find your gum. Just be careful, because the sugar from the gum could keep you awake for a lot longer than you want it to. Just a heads up. Drawing looks like if Disney decided to feature a great unclean one for Warhammer 40k. Because I got friends on the other side. Hello. I appreciate it. See, the Pit King has telekinetic abilities. The ring is kind of suspicious. Yeah, what I should do is I should duplicate this layer and then chuck it up the top here. There. That way I can show it for reference. Not all gum has sugar. Most gum that you see in stores are no sugar gums. Fair. I haven't had gum in a while. I can't speak to it. Thomas Sanders did a great version of that. I do appreciate cover versions of Disney songs are some of my favorite things ever. DM'd me the 2 art fight attacks that you've made so far. Hell yeah, I'll give them a look when I jump off in a second. Actually, Noctua, when we both have time, I want to nerd out about my new D&D character that I'm putting together. I also want some advice as to what to do with them. If you're down to chat D&D at some point, Noctua, if that interests you, if you'd be keen for something like that. I love the female version, a cover of It's Tough to Be a God. Isn't that what's her name? Her persona has like, I'm not sure if it's based on her actual appearance. I believe it is, but her character has like big, like fluffy red hair. I'm terrible at remembering people's names. Hi Skull, how you doing, bud? You did speak before, but I hope you're doing well, bud. Need a bit of recovery, but then whenever, yeah, no, I'm probably going to be in a similar boat. Unfair. You're going to message Noctua about your D&D character now. Your interaction with the Bone Collector before I jump off close to an end. I might veto for today. Sorry, Fox. That it's not you. It's me. My energy tank is depleting very quickly. Thank you for asking, though. I really appreciate it. Thank you, bud. Not just to keep keep me sick. So of course they're gonna want to discuss it. Of course. May the Tavern Gods be in your favor and allow you to indulge in some junk food today. No, no, no. It's not you, it is. It's true. No, he needs a big sleep. Yeah, well, he needs big sleep, yeah. Something like that. I've got Dagger Heart after this and I really don't want to miss it. So I want to take a little bit of a nap before I have to play. Question for those in chat who want to answer: would you rather have all the hair growth of an average human body, concentrated in A, your nose hair, or B, your butt hair? A terrible question. Ugh. I'm so glad that it's exclusively a hypothetical. To answer your question from before, though, Alt, if you can still hear me, bud. Who's my favorite straw hat from the... No, I did. Sanji. Both. Those would be so much easier to clean and trim, you imagine? True. No, that's a good point. Your butt, you need to breathe. Scissors exist for a reason. I love how they're both very pragmatic responses, but in both directions. That's a lot of hair. That's a lot of hair. That's a lot of hair. I mean, there is something about a look of like all of this, like out the nostrils. I feel like it would be a good look. It'd be I feel like I could sort of sculpt that into something akin to facial hair at that point, you know. But it's easier to hide. You don't breathe through your butt. Maybe you don't. Like a mustache? Yeah, that was the thought, right? Imagine the long hair coming out of your nose like a beard. Yeah, that's the thing. But as somebody who struggled to breathe while sleeping last night, the fire brings up a good point. The air you breathe would be filtered. Oh, that's also a good point. All those large particles wouldn't be able to make their way through. But, because if it grows too big, you can say that you have a fairy tale. It's so cursed. It's so cursed. You breathe out through your butt, sort of. Apologies. That was quite rude of me. My butt did breathing. You cast Noelle's hair growth spell on everyone in chat. Oh no. Oh, the humanity. There today has started something new. You're in love. He's laying on your feet while you're at your table, rubbing and nibbling at your toes. Does he have the heater on? He's been your best friend. Of course he has. Hi, buddy. All right. We have ticked over to 2 hours. Really sorry for the short stream today, guys. I really, really, really appreciate the understanding. As I said at the start of stream, I said that I was going to finish the Winnie the Pooh reading today during stream, but I'm going to rain check it for tomorrow during community canvas instead. Please look after yourselves, okay? What's my canvas size? For this particular one, let me look it up for you. It's 2160 by 2700. Okay. Proper nap time now. No apologies. Take care of myself. Hope Attack a Hat goes well. Thank you. Last couple of things before I head off. Yep, community canvas tomorrow. For those who are not familiar with what the prompt is going to be, the prompt is going to be every last drop. The idea being like drinks, concoctions, potions, elixirs, that sort of thing. I'm very much so looking forward to it. I'm going to kick this sickness right in the butt so that I don't have to miss out on community canvas. Hell or high water, you know. Second thing to mention is if you want to participate in Art Fair for July, you can find all the details for how to enter, what the prompt is, that sort of thing in the Art Fair channel at the bottom of the Discord. But otherwise, have an excellent rest of your day or night, depending on where you are. Look after yourselves, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.